Hello, people of the internet. This is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation, where previously we encountered a very petty Professor Snape by this game standards, as in compared to the books and the films, Snape is ridiculously overblown in this game. We did a bit of a fetch quest for him, which ended up taking way longer than it should have done, followed by a detailed exploration of the dungeons, or dungeon as this game likes to call it. And now we're going to carry on with the fourth act of this game, what I consider to be the fourth act of the game, in the form of the upper part of the castle, which isn't quite as creepy as the dungeons, but it's pretty close to creepy in some areas, and it's why it's my second favourite part of this game in terms of the narrative, even though the entire Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone book gets completely butchered by the fourth act of this game. Oh, glitchy, trippy sound. Why we have to watch Hermione going through the door, I have no idea, but apparently that's what the game wants to show off. And again, broom cupboard is still locked. Now, before I move on, how many things have I got? Okay, so the yellow, green and blue spells are lit up because those are the ones we've got. And then we've got all of the beans complete, apart from the red one, which is what we're about to start off in a couple of moments. We have 90 house points currently, although it doesn't really matter because getting the house points in this game is quite trivial. And we've got 12 out of 17 cards, chocolate frog cards. I don't know why I keep forgetting they're from the chocolate frogs. Can we actually get all 17, I wonder? That's the question, because I've never been able to. There's always one area in this game where I completely struggle to do that. And whilst we're here, we might as well take a look at the Great Hall just to see how we're doing with the house points. And I've just realised you can actually hear background chatter when you come in here. That's quite a nice bit of attention to detail there, despite the fact there's nobody here. Yep, it looks like we're still winning. We're still beating Slytherin by a smidge. But yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted to double check. And now we can leave. And when I was recording this the other day for the previous part, I realised I completely screwed up the name of the villain from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I said Delphine. It turns out it's actually Delphini or Delphini or something along those lines. I don't know why I cared to look it up, but I wanted to double check to see if I was correct or not, and I was completely incorrect. So we're going to go to Gryffindor Tower, and then we're going to go up to the upper castle, which is the door that was locked for absolutely ages until now. And you'd think this would be quite a big room, but it actually isn't. So let's just go in with yet another loading screen to sit through. But as you can see, it's a definite new area because the background screen here is completely different. Nice panning shot there, nice establishing shot. And Jeremy Soul's score hasn't been completely butchered by the emulator, which is nice. Oh, and the bell's ringing again for the first time since the very beginning of the game. Did the developers remember to put it in at this point? Because it's been forgotten about for ages. The Forbidden Corridor is locked, for obvious reasons. We can't go back to Gryffindor Tower, because this game is harsh. We've got to go to Transfiguration very shortly, because we've got no other options. Apart from Fred and George, let's see what they have to say.
Come to sample the rare delights of the upper castle, eh? Just watch out for Filch and his cat, Mrs. Norris.
Foreshadowing.
Anyway, we'll trade the portrait password for, say, red every flavour beans? Chili powder flavour. Hot as blazes.
Right, so we have to get 100 of those. That should be okay. And I think the reward for that is actually pretty good. It's actually a pivotal change in how the game operates. Well, maybe not, but it's a beneficial one anyway. And the girls' toilets are locked. Makes sense because we're not a girl. Although it's a bit odd that there's girls' toilets but no boys' toilets. Do did Hogwarts just assume that boys don't need toilets and they can just store it for years upon years without ever going? I don't know. I did like that in games when there was literally no reason for certain places to not be there. Like in the Pokemon games, you'd have a bedroom, but your mum wouldn't. Like in the very early Pokemon games, which I always thought was quite amusing. Okay, so we've got another timed puzzle thing to get to Transfiguration. Let's do it, because this is the last time we ever have to do this. And this should be, I was going to say relatively straightforward, but I don't remember this being as like quick as that. I don't remember them breaking apart that quickly, but I suppose I better hurry up. Can I actually make it if I jump over like that? No, he can't grab on. Lovely. Okay. Please don't be late for this. Why is this so tight? Oh my god, Harry, really? I might actually fail this. This is actually tense. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. Oh, you're sodding kidding me, aren't you? McGonagall, I'm here. I'm here.
I will not have pupils late for my lesson. 5 points from Gryffindor.
And we'll screw you too then. Yes, I would like to try again. That was absolutely ridiculous. I'm assuming I don't get those points back, but I can't believe I actually failed that. I was tripped up by the fact these actually exploded really quickly, and also because I was trying to collect the beans. Because again, there might only be 100 of them as opposed to 110 or something. Look, McGonagall, I'm not late. I'm not late. Look. I love your lessons. Let me go. Let me come in.
Join us, Harry. We're about to start the Transfiguration lesson.
Can I have my 5 house points back, please? And apparently this one needs a loading screen for some reason, because the other classes didn't, I'm pretty sure.
Transfiguration is the most complex and dangerous magic you'll learn at Hogwarts. Anyone messing around in my class will leave and not come back.
All 6 of you, yes, all 6 of you have been warned.
The screen and press the symbol button it points to. Complete each sequence 3 times to learn the Transfiguration spell, Aviforce. Get ready.
Is that an actual spell in the books? I can't remember. Don't think it is.
That was good.
Ah yes, the scripted lines yet again.
Excellent.
I don't even care that I've lost 5 house points, you know.
Perfect.
I legitimately don't care that I lost 5 house points.
Now try and keep up. That was good.
Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just concentrating on making sure I don't screw this up. Like the puzzle earlier.
Perfect. Very well, let's keep going.
No, please no.
That was good.
I completely misjudged that earlier puzzle to get here because I don't remember the platforms exploding that quickly. But obviously I was wrong.
Perfect.
Give me my 5 house points back.
Well done, class. Now let's put the spell into practice. Harry Potter, follow me, please.
This is because I was late, isn't it? This is harsh.
Welcome, Harry. First, use your wand to cast a transfiguration spell on the statue. Now, hit your symbol button at the right time in order to transfigure the statue into its new shape. Let's see if you can transform this statue, and perhaps you'll find a way to reach the doorway at the top of the room.
I'm just going to say, this place is incredibly weird. Why can't you just have it simple, like have a ladder or stairs or something? And apparently, and I'm only saying this because I've seen Avengers Infinity War now, and this game was made way before Avengers Infinity War. But look at all these Infinity Stones that are on the wall. McGonagall is a hoarder of Infinity Stones. Alright, so let's just do this spell. And the voice actor for Harry there sounded like he was struggling a bit with the spell. But no matter. This is relatively simple. All you have to do is keep pressing the same button over and over again and you're done. And presumably I've freed that owl.
Well done, Mr. Potter. 5 points to Gryffindor. Now use the floating table to leave the class.
Yeah, I got my 5 house points back. I could have had those on top of, you know, what I already had. And I said owl. It looked like an owl before I transfigured it. So it went from like an owl to a hawk. Bit weird. Or maybe it was always a hawk and I just didn't notice. So, we're getting out of here. The room with Infinity Stones. Let's leave. That's the last time you ever have to go to a class in this game. I know, it's weird, isn't it? You only have...
Meanwhile, the house point hourglasses are slowly filling up.
I got a horrible feeling this is where we're not going to be in first place.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah, pretty good. 75 house points. Ravenclaw should be beating Hufflepuff, realistically.
Hufflepuff.
Yep, there we go. It's how they usually go in the canon, if I remember correctly.
Slytherin.
Oh, that's a lot of house points. Yep, we're definitely not winning this.
Gryffindor.
Should have been 95 house points, but I screwed up.
Slytherin are in the lead on house points. The race for the House Cup is heating up.
Although it doesn't even matter how many house points you get because Slytherin always beat you at this stage of the game. It's rigged to make it, you know, have some drama behind it. It's very, very interesting. So now that we can do the spell... Aviforce! We can now basically sort out anything that requires transfiguring. Okay, yeah, it did start off as a hawk, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Ignore me when I said it was an owl, because it clearly wasn't. It was always a hawk or a pigeon or something. Right, so we can go up here. Where do we go now? I think there's... Oh no, the one door's locked. What's over here then? I'll pick that up later. The Forbidden Corridor. Interesting. Okay then. So... yeah, you'll notice during this part the narrative is going to be heavily broken compared to the book and the film. It's insane how much the game completely deviates off the plot at this stage of the game. So we need to go to this door, which doesn't have a name. Interesting. Hi Hedwig. What have you given me this time? Anything good? Of course, let's just double check to make a familiar laugh there. We know who that is. Okay, this bookcase isn't Finn. Is this one Finn? Yes, it is. No, I want to go to the bookcase. I don't care about my parcel.
It's Chamber Potty Potter. I've got your parcel, Potter. Want it back, do we?
No, I just want to go to the bookcase.
Let's have a taste through the attic then. If you beat me to the end, I might give it back. Or I might not. Let's just see, shall we? Off we go then.
Yeah, that's not how it works. And I don't care about the parcel at the moment because I want to go here. Because I'm sure there's something interesting behind here. And I think once you do this next bit, we can't go back in this room. I think it's locked off. So you have to be very careful here.
Harry, try and get 10 every flavour beans from the kitten before time runs out. Watch out for those unstable blocks. Good luck.
Oh yes, let me risk my own life and a kitten's life to get a card. This isn't safe. Where's the health and safety for this school? Okay, so this is relatively straightforward, if I remember correctly. There we go. Okay, these aren't as strict as the Transfiguration class ones. Hopefully I don't overshoot any jumps. There we go, we're done. That was straightforward.
Well done, Harry. You collected all 10 Bertie Bott's beans. have this famous witches and wizards card as your reward.
Nearly Headless Nick sounds so bored at this point. He's like, oh, you've done it again, haven't you? Fine, have another card. Bugger off.
Roderick Plumpton.
Don't know who that is. Don't care to find out at the moment. Now, I've got to hope there's no more hidden bookcases whilst I'm playing through this, because how many have I got now? 13? And there's 4 more to go. Might be pretty easy to slip up and forget. So the portrait room. Oh, okay, no, we can come back through here, because if the portrait room's here, then we definitely we can definitely come back here at a later time. Let me just double check though, because I can't remember how big this portrait room is. So many loading screens, I'm not quite sure why. Okay, just him. Cool. Yep, we can come back here at any point then. So I didn't have to necessarily do that bookcase, but it was worth doing anyway. I just gotta hope there's no other hidden bookcases in this next bit. Yeah, we can't go back in. It's so lucky we know this spell, because how else could we chase after Peeves? Or maybe this bird's an eagle. I don't know. You know what? No, it's not big enough to be an eagle. It's also not big enough to be a hawk. Maybe it is just a regular bird. Maybe it's just a pigeon or something stupid like that. So this next bit is... It's not too hard, it's just tedious. And it's just a little...
We start here.
This.
You must run across the roof beams. I've covered some of them in slippery flobber mucus just for you, Potter.
Cheers, Peeves.
If you get to the end before me, you win. Off we go, Potty Potter.
And here we go, race time. Where we get some of the most childish music this game has ever produced. It feels out of place, yet at the same time it doesn't. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, and these beans are really easy to miss, so I try and get all of them whilst I can, because it makes sense to. But you could die or lose the race, because you're trying so hard to get them all. And this is dangerous. I mean, nobody's checked the health and safety of this place, ever. And why is Peeves picking on Harry specifically? Couldn't he be picking on literally any student in the castle? Oh, just about dodged that. That's very easy to get hit, by the way. You can easily take some damage by that knight there. Because the game is kind of rigged to get you hurt. Like so. So if you just take it easy, you can avoid it. And Peeves is rubber band... Oh, God. Oh, God. That was terrible. Peeves is rubber banded to actually be somewhat challenging here. Oh, a bit of lag there. What was going on with the frame rate game? Oh my god. That was awful. Can I make it from here? Yeah. Peeves is waiting. You could... That's nice of you actually, Peeves. You shouldn't have done that. You should have just completely owned me at that point. Okay, simple spell there. I think we might lose this. Mr. Frog, I don't care. We can get another one later. I think I may have lost this. I think. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win. Especially when I'm hugging the wall like that. Yo, Peeves, have a heart. No, he's run. Oh, wait, no he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I've got a chance. I've got a chance. Because Peeves does kind of wait for you, despite this being a race. It's very weird. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're fine. We're sorted. Because Peeves was too nice.
Potter cheats! Not fair! Peeves wasn't ready!
Bullshit.
Here, Peeves doesn't want your silly parcel. Take it back!
Why did you take it then? This is a repeat of the whole Malfoy taking Neville's Remembrall deal. It's like, I'm going to steal it. Actually, I didn't want it because I lost. So I think those of you that have read the
Father left
book...
this invisibility cloak in my possession before he died. It is time it was returned to you. Use it well. To activate this cloak, pick up the invisibility tokens. They will only work for a short time. so be careful.
Yep, those of you that have read the book or seen the film will know this is the part of the game that represents the invisibility cloak part of the book and the film. And I don't think there's anything else here. We'll just double check. Oh, apparently we can climb on this. I never knew that. I never actually knew you could climb on that. Nothing here though. And you can actually go back and explore the area you were just in. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's just to show. Oh god, it's just to show it off more than anything. But yeah, you can go back and explore if you want. I don't think there's any reason to, because I can't think of any hidden areas. If there are, well, that's my fault. And we're back on here. So I don't want to lose any health if I can. Can I just... Thank you. And we're here. So now the Forbidden Corridor is open to us, which is cool. Is there anything else that's now open? Let's just have a look. No, everything else is shut. So we now have to do a section of the game that I still have some slight nightmares about, because it was one of the hardest sections of the entire game. And I still have trouble with it even now. And it's the stealth section of the game, which you'll see in a moment. So we might as well do it. Try and get through it as quick as we can. I am expecting to fail a few times because I haven't mastered it in ages. I think there used to be a time where I used to know how to do it, but not for a long time. So, yep, there's Filch and Mrs. Norris. They can't see us for some reason, but they will in a moment. Hello.
Well now, students aren't allowed in here, are they?
The game let me come in here.
There are things in the Forbidden Corridor that are not for the eyes of mere boys like you. No, no indeed. Dumbledore has ordered that no students are to enter this corridor. And don't go trying a secret passage. Mrs. Norris and I know them all. Now be off with you, before I have you expelled for wasting our time.
And the ominous music plays again. I don't think that would stand up in court. Why do you want this student expelled? He wasted my time. Nah, can't see it. So this part of the game is incredibly irritating. And you'll see why. It's a stealth section, but it's not really well implemented. It's meant to be challenging, but it's just more annoying half the time. So...
Well,
oh my god!
We are in trouble now, aren't we?
That's actually a first for me. I failed within seconds. Oh my god. It's because I was standing there for too long talking. Right, what you're supposed to do is run over here, and then you have to basically make it over to the other bookcase and pick up the invisibility cloak. Now, Filch does have a pattern, so you just got to wait for him at the right time, and then you can make your way over. And the moment you pick up the invisibility cloak, you get this nice little tune, and you have to do specific actions whilst you're wearing it, otherwise you can't progress any further. So we grab the key, go down here, unlock the door, and we can go through. And what you'll see now is every time you get to a new section, Filch will start to make his way to the next part, because Filch is organised like that. Now these bookcases, despite how they look, you know, the game's taught the player every thin bookcase has a secret area behind it. This one does not. And there will be several bookcases that are shaped like this, which don't serve any purpose to you. It's just for the, you know, the game's purpose more than anything. Presumably it's for Filch. So I think we get a cutscene here, if I remember correctly. The moment we go for the invisibility cloak, it won't act like the invisibility cloak normally does, but it will trigger a cutscene. So let's do it.
Yes, Mr. Filch, what is it?
Professor Snape, you said to alert you if I heard anyone sneaking around in the forbidden corridor. Well, Mrs. Norris and I suspect that one of the students may be trying to sneak past us.
I see. That's very interesting, Mr. Filch. And I have an idea who it might be. But we have ways of dealing with interlopers. You have my permission to use the harshest measures necessary. There is something very special in the Forbidden Corridor that I've had my eye on for some time. We can't let anyone interfere with my plans. Can we, Mr. Filch?
No, indeed, Professor Snape. Mrs. Norris and I will be extra vigilant, watching out for intruders.
See that you do, Mr. Filch. I have something special planned for anyone who tries to defy me.
And there we go. There's some actual unique animations here. So Snape actually turns to look around to make sure that he's being followed, which is actually quite clever. Oh, and I didn't mean to go through here. Can I go back? No, I can't. I don't think there was anything round there anyway. So we've got another area to do, and this one is harder because now you've got Mrs. Norris to deal with. And most of the time you'll fail because of Mrs. Norris, not because of Filch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide down here. Can I? No, I can't even see. I can't actually see, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this. You don't want to get too close to Mrs. Norris, because if you do, it automatically triggers her to alert Filch. And I think you can actually do this room without actually getting the invisibility cloak, but, you know, might as well do it for the sake of what you're supposed to do. But the first time I ever played this game, I was stuck on this section for a couple of hours. It was actually quite difficult for me the first time I played through this. There's nothing in here, that's fine. I don't think the developers would hide a chocolate frog card in this part of the game, because it is actually quite difficult. And again, this game is meant to be the introduction to games for some people, because this game treats you like you've never played a game before, hence why you can never control your jumps or anything. So, grab the key. This room's actually really straightforward. All you have to do is drop down, get the key, jump back up, cross to the other side of the room, and you're done. I don't think... Oh, Filch is there. Well, assuming the invisibility cloak token respawns, I should be okay. Please respawn. Hello, thank you. Yeah, Filch has a pretty bad vision on this area, so you don't have to worry too much. That room is actually the easiest room to solve. And I do like the little tune that plays whenever you pick up the invisibility cloak. It's a bit of a shame it's an underused mechanic. You never get to use it again after this section of the game, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, you're probably grateful for it once you've done this. So can I do this room without failing? Okay, that's good so far. Is there one more room after this? Oh no, that is actually it. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So I only cocked up at the very beginning because I was too stupid to actually move to the safe area. Okay, danger, do not enter. I wonder what could be in here. So that's where Fluffy is, for those of you that haven't read the book or seen the film. So what we want to do is go to the storeroom. And we get a cutscene for the first time ever since the beginning of the game. Remember this?
Reflected in the mirror of Erised were Harry's parents, James and Lily Potter. Harry stared hungrily back as though hoping to fall right through the glass and reach them. He was startled when a voice sounded behind him. Harry turned slowly about. So you, like hundreds before you, have discovered the delights of the mirror of Erised, said Professor Dumbledore. He went on to explain that the mirror showed nothing more or nothing less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts, but that it would give neither knowledge nor truth. The mirror of Erised will be moved to a new home shortly, Dumbledore went on, adding ominously that if Harry ever came across it again, he would be prepared. But prepared for what? Thought Harry.
And there we go. That's one of the few times we actually have a cutscene in the game. As in, you know, a narrated cutscene.
Harry! A huge troll is on the rampage! It's cornered Hermione in the girls' toilets! She needs our help! We must try to rescue her straight away! Come on, Harry! We have to get moving!
Look, this was meant to happen 2 months ago, before the Mirror of Erised. Where have you been, Ron? And this is where the narrative gets completely destroyed. I'm going to pause it because the troll's making too much of a noise. And as you can see on the pause screen, we now have the invisibility cloak, which appears to have not been cropped correctly. But yeah, the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone game really takes liberties with how the plot is organised. It's not too bad for the first 2 to 3 acts, but by Act 4, I don't know what the hell happened, but the developers kind of went, crap, we haven't covered some of the parts of the book, let's quickly throw them in here. Or maybe they were told, do it out of order, because everyone will have seen the film or read the book. But it's very bizarre. So, in the book and the film, this whole troll sequence makes complete sense. You know, Ron upsets Hermione and hurts her feelings unintentionally. She goes off to cry in the girls' toilets. And then the troll comes along and troll in the dungeon. All that stuff happens. And then you've got that's how the whole friendship between Harry, Ron and Hermione starts. In this game, there's no reason for Hermione to be in the girls' toilets with a troll that's now in the girls' toilets. There's literally no reason for that to ever occur, because this game never shows how Harry, Ron and Hermione become friends. I'm just assuming that the way this game presents it, Harry, Ron and Hermione are already a trio to begin with, because there's nothing indicating that there's any antagonism between the characters. The narrative is just completely off here, but whatever. So we now have to do this. And yes, I am nitpicking a film tie-in, I know, and a book tie-in. And here is the upper castle, which is locked, but doesn't matter. Now this next bit is a chase sequence, which can be quite annoying if you're trying to get all the collectibles. Hello. Oh, you're an ugly looking chap.
Harry, you distract the troll and I'll find Hermione.
Yet why do I have to do all the scary stuff? Why can't you do it, Ron? Okay, so this is the part of the game where the auto jump mechanics can let you down. This is where I would rather be able to control when to jump, but you know, this game has its ways of dealing with things. So if you're trying to get all the beans here, this can be quite annoying to do, because if the troll gets anywhere close to you, you automatically die because of size and various other things. We've missed one. Damn it. Hopefully that doesn't come back to screw me over later. I hope it doesn't. I really hope that doesn't come back to screw me over later. Thank you for that. Don't even have time to admire the portraits here because I'm too busy running away. Imagine if you were a girl wanting the toilet in this place. You'd be, like, say you desperately wanted the toilet and you had to walk down all of these long corridors and jump over these really horrible looking, you know, bits of green goo. It'd be dangerous. Are you serious? Please tell me there's another... Yes, good. We've got all of them then. I gotta say, because if there were no more beans after that, I would have been so annoyed. Fortunately, we didn't miss any others, otherwise we would have had that problem. But there you go, we're at the girls' toilets. The longest corridor ever to get to a toilet in a school. It's really bad for the kids. This is huge for...
Are you alright, Hermione?
This is a huge toilet for girls, actually.
Harry, I'll try to charm the Troll's club so it bashes him on the head. Use your knockback jinx to keep those toilets from hitting us.
And you'd think Hermione would actually hide in a toilet like in the film, but apparently not. Oh, sorry, Ron. Yeah, I'm letting Ron take damage here because he doesn't do anything. And that actually took a lot of my health off. Let's try that again. There we go. So this doesn't take too long. You only have to do this for a couple of seconds and then you're fine. Can do charged ones, but there's no point. Ah, and that was a bit of unfortunate timing because the throwing animation sound also covered up the troll getting hit by the club.
Wow, did you see that? Thank you, boys.
Bloody hell, that sounded a little bit sexist there. Thank you, boys. You saved me from a really bad encounter. And yeah, there's no confrontation. There's no actual, you know, none of the staff come in and say, you shouldn't have taken on a troll by yourself, you dirty little first years. Oh, glitchy sound. What's going on? Dear me, that was painful.
Mr. Potter, Hogwarts' second Quidditch match of the year is about to begin. Gryffindor will be competing against the redoubtable talents of the Ravenclaw team. I realise this comes on short notice, but you're the best seeker we've had for ages. We're all waiting
and the only
for you at the
seeker.
Quidditch pitch, so come at once. Deputy Headmistress McGonagall.
Why don't Fred and George get a letter as well? Because they're the beaters. But whatever, we gotta play Quidditch again. So we've just done the whole troll thing and now we've got this.
Getting ready for Quidditch, are you? It's going to be an exciting game. Ravenclaw is a fine team.
Hagrid, what do you know about the third floor?
You mean Fluffy?
Fluffy?
Yeah, I bought him off a Greek chappie I met in the pub last year. I lent him to Dumbledore to guard the,
Guard the what?
Don't ask me any more. That's top secret, that is. You forget that dog and what he's guarding. That's between Professor Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel.
Who's Nicholas Flamel?
Never you mind, I'm off.
You better get going, Harry. The Quidditch match is about to start.
Nicholas Flamel. Every time I hear that. So we got another Quidditch match. Nothing new here, just the usual.
Welcome to Quidditch. I'm your commentator, Lee Jordan. The Quidditch pitch has 3 goals.
This is literally the same as last time.
And try to put it through the hoops to score. Watch out for the bludgers. These are charm balls that can knock you off your broom.
Yeah, we know how Quidditch works. Shut up.
Remember when the...
And I probably skipped some important dialogue there, but I don't care enough.
Potter!
I think I actually did skip the whole... You know, Harry took on Hufflepuff all by himself last time.
A glint of gold. Is that the snitch? Potter's seen the snitch.
So, if you played Quidditch before, this is exactly the same.
Yeah! Potter's moving in for the kill.
If there's one thing I had to say that was the worst part of the Harry Potter game, as in the worst part of gameplay, it's probably the Quidditch matches.
I've not seen such flying.
There is another bit that's worse, but we'll see that next time.
Excellent.
But playing Quidditch in this game is incredibly monotonous.
Amazing skill! Here comes the Ravenclaw Seeker!
Was that the same Ravenclaw Seeker he took on in the training in one part? Because I don't think it was. Oh yeah, and I've got four sets of Quidditch armour, haven't I? Which I don't actually need. Apart from that one time when I actually get hit by bludgers. I didn't dodge it, I got hit by it. Yeah, missed that one, I don't care. That's just... Potter's sucking now. I don't... Oh, come on, really? I don't think I've ever lost Quidditch thinking about it. I'm sure it's possible to, but I've never actually lost here. Oh, where's the snitch actually gone? I've lost... I wasn't concentrating.
Potter is losing control!
Yes, for once I'm actually losing! Yay! Until then.
Potter's going for it!
There we go, we're done.
I've got some bad news,
great.
Harry. Norbert isn't doing too well. He's very sick. We need to make him some special dragon tonic to pep him up again. The tonic needs some very rare components, though, and there aren't any in the castle. So you and I must go to Diagon Alley to get them.
Wait, what? Why have I got to go? He's your dragon. He's your responsibility. You sort him out, Hagrid. You can't just abduct me from Hogwarts for this. You can't do that. Game. You can't do that. You don't know how the Harry Potter universe works. No. I can't believe this.
We need 3 peacock feathers, 1 eagle owl feather, and 3 giant purple toad warts. But we can't buy anything without money. Go to Gringotts to get some knuts, sickles, and galleons. Griphook will see you right. I'm off to the Leaky Cauldron for a few butterbeers if you need me. I'll meet you when you're all done.
What? It's your responsibility, Hagrid. Why are you making me do it? And why are you making me spend my money on this? So, this part of the game. We'll cover it more in the next part, but this is Diagon... Oh my god, I mispronounced that so badly. Diagon Alley. Or Diagon... Oh my god, how come I can't pronounce Diagon Alley? Jesus Christ. Diagon Alley, there we go. So, the soundtrack is good though, I'll give it that. So this part of the game is absolute bullshit. For a number of reasons. What are those reasons, you're probably asking? You're going to have to find out in the next part, because I'm not going to play Diagon Alley today. No, we'll save that for the next part, and I can guarantee I will probably get very annoyed at it. So, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.